Hey traders, Jason here with Day Trading Fearless. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to talk market profile, volume profile, and TPO profiles, right? To me, they're all the same. So we're just going to stick with market profile. But I will leave a link down below in the description for all these charts, actually this entire grid, so you can upload this to your own Thinkorswim, and voila, you now have all these charts. So first chart that we're going to look at is a 90-day, 30-minute profile chart, right? Now, the way I like to use these charts is kind of have a blank canvas, right? I'm going to look for three things. Okay, actually, we'll say four. First thing is over here, we have the point of control, value area high, and value area low right down here, right? So here's the point of control, val high, val low, okay? Second thing is for every profile, right, we're going to have the value area high there, the point of control, and then value area low. And these are the profiles, right? So we could see essentially this area right here is single print, same with up here, single print, which could be construed as excess of the market overall, right? We could see there's really no excess down here. So does this eventually have to get repaired? Yeah, potentially, but sometimes it takes a while. This profile, right? All this is excess down here, but something like this is excess, right? But there really wasn't any excess. But then guess what? When price broke out up here, we kind of made excess, right? So if you just took that over there, shade it, now you have your excess. So just a quick little description of how this all works, right? But the way I like to use this is I come over here, right? I'll grab my price level tool, okay? And I just mark off these levels. And here, I might come over here and under price level, I'll call this, if you want to help support my channel, get some trading education, and also get weekly S&P E-mini trade zone levels, support, and resistance, then you need to sign up with my $99 lifetime subscription, one-time payment of the S&P weekly trade zones, where you will get support and resistance levels, any open gaps and VPOCs, and you will also get a 7-hour video course of my top 5 trading strategies that I go over, that I use on a daily basis. Also, as a bonus, you will get over 30 free Thinkorswim custom indicators and charts, and you will get on a weekly basis every weekend Thinkorswim share chart, so you can upload the drawings directly to your charts. If you use another brokerage firm, here are all the levels that you'll be able to draw your own levels on. So make sure you check out daytradingfearless.com to sign up, or the link down below. Again, $99, but back to the video. V high, value area high, right? And I'll show this on the right-hand side, we'll say. Right, so it'll say V high, and it gives me a level. I'll do the same thing over here, but this time I'm going to go right-click, right? I'm going to go POC, point of control, okay? And we're going to show this on the right, right? And then I'll do one down here, right? So I know where these levels are. Now, remember, as price moves, you're going to have to update these. But these guys right here, all these value areas, highs, lows, point of controls, are going to be static, right? They will not change. So what I'll do is I'll come over here, and I'll just right click, right? And I'll call this point of control slash, we'll call this profile, right? POCP, meaning profile of just single profile, right? These I just know, hey, value area, high, low are just, those are for the right, for the bigger profile, right? And then what I'll do is I'll come over here, I'll do these, right? The value area, high and lows. Come over here, VH/P. Okay, knowing so when I see price, I know VH is a value area, right? High, and the P is for the single profile. Now I'm going to look for any other open areas on this chart. So we have one here, right? This actually got touched here, but we do have a point of control. See how I'm just marking all these levels off right here? Okay, because pretty much everything has been touched. This got touched on this day on the pullback. This one touched here, right? This one is where we close, so it hasn't been touched yet. What this does is this actually gives me a reference, POC/P, okay? And you can name these however you want. I'm going to go VH for value area high / profile, and then show. And so now what I have are levels, right? I understand what these levels are doing. Now, the other thing that I like are single prints, right? I might come over here and zoom in, right? And I know there are single prints here, okay? I know we have single prints essentially right here, and we have them right here. So what I might do is come over here and just call these SP, right, for single prints. Show on the right. Keep doing this, right, for all of them. And you will see why I'm doing this in a second. Because these are references. This is kind of like, think of it as you're doing your homework. Okay, maybe do this weekend, something like that. Now, I have my drawing set under default 15-minute, right? I've kind of done all my single prints. I've done my value areas. Now, I can come over here to my main trading screen, okay? And now I understand. Maybe I'm going to use a 5-minute chart, right? What I'll do is as price, so kind of clean this up a little bit, as price falls, right? I now actually have levels. Real quick, let me get rid of one more thing real quick. Okay, I understand, hey, these are levels that prices touch. So now prices actually touch this, so I can remove this single print because we've come down and touched the single print, right? With price. So I could remove that. Now, if price comes over and let's say we come down, I will look for potential long right here because I know this is going to act as a support level. If price keeps going lower, comes down to these levels, I know that I could actually have a potential buy level right around these levels, and maybe I'll draw a trade zone in this so I will be alerted. So if price does kind of start to pull back in the next day or two, couple days, right, I will look for a potential bounce. Now, once these had been touched, I would definitely just remove them and just sit there, and like every time they've been touched, just right click and remove it, kind of like what you saw me do here. And let's undo this, right? This price level, well, guess what? It got touched, right here, boom. Guess what? It's no longer valid. And look at what happened. It touched and it bounced. So hopefully this video helps for the market profile. Oh, actually, I got more. I spent so much time on that. I'm also going to give you guys these market profiles too, right? This is a 15-minute, right? So you can kind of see a single print start right here on the 15, right? There's no one right or wrong profile to trade from or use, right? So sometimes depending on, just pick a time frame, right? Some people like 30. Maybe if you're a little more active, come over here. You'll find other little trade ideas, right? If price came down to this single print right here, 41.07, I would look to probably be a buyer at this level, and maybe I'll use this chart, have another thing, right? Maybe for this chart and start to create my own things. We have single prints from there to there. So I know, hey, price will potentially come down here, bounce, boom, or come here and bounce or blow through. I can buy here, add here, and then look for the bounce. So multiple ways, but it's also really good to see different profiles. We could see right here, yesterday, right? We actually had a poor high, right? We had excess down here. Here's our excess, but we had no excess. Then today price broke out, and all of this, we right click, right? Duplicate that, and that is now the excess for this, right? Sometimes you just have to merge them together. With Thinkorswim, I can't just say, hey, merge this with this, but knowing that, we would have a nice bell-shaped curve profile with excess down below, excess up above. So hopefully that helps with it. So let's clean all these up. Next, this is a 2-minute market profile, right? If you're a scalper, intraday, watch this level, right? Look at what price did. We could see right here, right? So we closed down here. We opened. The point of control was right here. And what did price do when we got there? If we zoom in, price came up, filled it, and then pulled back, maybe for a quick little scalp. And this is just a 2-minute market profile, right? We could see certain patterns. Maybe if the market was still open, we started to come down, I'd say, hey, maybe look to be a buyer around these levels because price may come down. And then finally, this market profile is just kind of it's a 30-minute, but it's a different type of market profile. This is where, hey, look at the point of controls, right? Every day we keep rising. Okay, we could see the single prints, right, on the 30 a lot wider. So if we come down like this overnight, if we get down to around this, we'll call it 41.17 level, right, 41.18, maybe look for a buyer because usually where the single prints start, okay, you will find a support level, and it also kind of matches up with this prior high, somewhere around there. So, but this is just a different way of trading. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed these market profile charts, and I will leave a link down below in the description. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.